Now a live look at the U.S. Capitol tonight, where the Trump administration says it's working to set up briefings for all members of the U.S. House and Senate. Reaction to the strikes against Iran have been mostly along party lines, Republicans supporting President Trump's operation, while many Democrats are raising concerns about the lack of congressional approval. Our Richard Reeve is live in the newsroom with the latest on the impact here at home.
Debate whether the president needed congressional approval before launching this operation. Now, it's normally the job of Congress to declare war, but as soon as Monday, we may see a big impact at home with rising oil prices and maybe more pain at the gas pump.
Donald Trump doesn't want peace.
From protests here at home to the congressional response and a U.S. military buildup in the Middle East. What is your reaction to this military action in Iran?
Well, on one hand, it's not a surprise at all.
Reaction is coming in swiftly after the major attack launched by Israel and the United States that killed Iranian Supreme Leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei.
Trump has expressed several times his frustration with Iran in terms of negotiations, and he's talked about wanting to do regime change.
The president saying heavy and pinpoint bombing will continue uninterrupted throughout the week or longer.
Our objective is to defend the American people by eliminating imminent threats from the Iranian regime, a vicious group of very hard, terrible people.
The president, unhappy with the administration's negotiations with Iran over its nuclear program, did not seek congressional approval for the attack, although Secretary of State Marco Rubio did brief top congressional leaders in advance.
It's scary how quickly we just lurched to war without any plans, and for something I don't think is in actually our interests.
No more warships, no more bombs.
This has sort of been the ongoing fight that we've seen really, I'd say, in the last 50 to 75 years between when does the power of Congress to declare war end and the power of the president kick in as commander-in-chief.
The White House has not discussed any long-term strategy, but Schultz suspects that U.S. troops may have to be sent in. He wonders out loud if the military operation will cause a spike in oil prices due to supply disruption fears. ABC News reporting even before the attack, the price of oil jumped to about $71 per barrel, the highest level since July.
I think a lot of us are looking to see what the price of a barrel of oil is going to be on Monday morning and how that impacts the gas prices that we're going to see.
Now, Minnesota's political leaders aren't shying away from voicing their opinions on the operation. Congressman Tom Emmer posted on X, "This is a bold, decisive act of strength by President Trump. The Ayatollah is responsible for killing hundreds of U.S. service members and slaughtering its own people. We pray because of this leadership, the U.S. and the world will be a safer place." Senator Amy Klobuchar releasing a statement which says this military campaign puts American troops at serious risk and has begun without a clear justification of any imminent need for war. Such a consequential decision requires debate and authorization from Congress. Now, the White House says it's working to set up briefings this week for all members of the House and Senate, Callan.
We'll be watching it closely. Richard Reeve reporting. Thanks, Rich.